You know, I actually still got the tickets for this film. If I could just... I hope you can see them. There you go. Yeah, I still got the tickets to this movie. You're getting one as well, friend.
You know, I've been reviewing quite a bit of films. My thoughts on series and some of my reviews. Since last year, funnily enough, I've never seen a film that has a lot that I expected, but it found a way to make it special. And as you can tell from the first part of that video with me on camera, um, you know exactly how I feel about this. Hello, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Clint Zoka. Nutcracker and the Four Realms, newest Disney live-action film. It's finally out. It's a film that's going to get you in the Christmas spirit. And I thought Alice in Wonderland was something. Alice for the looking glass as well. This film has done something that I didn't think it would accomplish. It did the unthinkable. And let me tell you about it. So it's about Clara, played by Mackenzie Foy, who is the daughter of three from a father and, you guessed it, a deceased mother. She's a bit of a brat and she wants to open this little egg thing that her mother left behind for her, like a leaving present. That's not the first time we've seen this, have we? His father wants her to not walk away and see her godfather or godperson, parent, one-eyed Morgan Freeman. And guess what? She does that. And his father is a bit disappointed. And all he wants from her is just one dance. But then, without any explanation, she goes to a new world. A kingdom that looks exactly like Wonderland. Except you got a sugar plum fairy, played by Keira Knightley, a ice person, played by Richard E. Grant. Jack Whitehall's there. You got the Nutcracker, who looks like a black man. You got Ginger, played by Helen Mirren, who looks like a clown. And she apparently is now the ruler, because her mother was. What a twist. Why am I not surprised? I'll tell you why, because this movie is literally Alice in Wonderland. Except 10 times worse. Okay, I might sound a bit annoyed by this, but I'm sorry, but this movie is just... Okay. Pros. Normally in a film like this, like, you got... Because I reviewed... what did I review? Because I reviewed Christopher Robin, Wrinkle in Time, Beauty and the Beast, and Pete's Dragon. Right. As meh as A Wrinkle in Time is, I'll give it that it has humour. And it's somewhat interesting plot, even though it's not very well executed. And it does have heart to it. This movie, Neither. Granted, it has heart and humour, but it's not effective and it doesn't work. Why? Because you don't care. I never cared about one single little thing. And then once you've done that, you've got a problem. This is easily one of the most cliched, predictablest, and just blandest films I've seen. And I know I use that word a lot, bland. Duck Duck Goose was bland, but at least it tried. Peter Rabbit was mediocre. At least that movie tried. At least some of the worse of films like Sherlock Gnomes tried. At least they've got something. At least they actually try to be good movies, and at least visually they do look pretty good, and at least they actually have some funny moments. I mean, Peter Rabbit has a couple of funny moments. Sherlock Gnomes is interesting with its concept and plot, even though it's not very well executed. A Wrinkle in Time could have been a lot better. Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again, at least has some good songs, and at least it has heart and a very emotional and very good last scene, and it looks nice. Well, I can tell you for a fact, this movie is something else. Oh god, where the hell do I even start with this? I know I've mentioned that this is a very cliched and absolutely predictable film, but it's also shameless, manipulative, childish, ridiculous, and very nonsensical. There are lots of things that don't make sense. It's so unbelievable, and I wish I didn't say this about Disney, because Disney's like on top of the world, and well, I mean, they did make Shaggy Dog and you know, Chicken Little, Alice in Wonderland, so Disney's not all perfect, but this, ooh, the writing, the humour, the execution, it's not only bad, it's plagiarizing. It's plagiarizing, just fucking baffling that this is coming from Disney. Granted, it's not based off a film that they've made, I don't think, but with their live action films being, for the most part, hit and miss, some of them can turn out to be good. This one's not even close. The execution of the plot is bad, it's cliched, not funny. I didn't even smile, chuckle, or went, or or I didn't cry, I didn't feel anything, I left the film just empty. It just shows that this writing and this plot and this enthusiasm and this feeling of wonder is just nothing. Absolutely nothing. Visuals. Okay. Pros. The movie looks nice. It's not a great looking movie, but it looks nice. It's colourful, and when you see the little village in London where Clara is, it looks very, very good indeed. It almost kind of reminds me of, the Christmas Carol with Jim Carrey? Almost like that. So that's good. So far, not bad. When we get to the little kingdom, that looks pretty good as well. Very colourful. The costume on the sugar plum fairy. If you get that reference, then 1 point for you. Looks very pretty, and I think Keira Knightley looks very lovely in that dress. Yeah, that's about it. The costumes on the other characters look ridiculous. Jack Whitehall looks... Oh. Morgan Freeman just looks like a person with a pirate. He looks more like a bad guy than a godparent. I think he's godparent. I don't know. Helen Mirren looks... What do they do to her? Like I said, I would give the film some credit for nice looking visuals and some effort on the costumes. I mean, I can see there's effort, but the movie at the same time, like Alice in Wonderland and Alice Through the Looking Glass, it looks ugly. This is not one of the better looking films from Disney, I can tell you that much. Even Beauty and the Beast, even Pete's Dragon, they're very nice looking films. Even their CGI, not perfect, looks 10 times better than this pile of shit. Sorry for the language, but this movie just makes me angry. It's a very ugly, dull, grey, average looking film. And again, I will say it looks nice. But at the same time, this is one of the blandest, just genericest, dullest looking films I've seen from Disney. And that's saying something, coming from the person who's seen Alice in Wonderland and Alice Through the Looking Glass. At least they were somewhat watchable. This one is just a freaking bore to look at. Not quite an eyesore, but it's close. Okay, that last bit was a bit of exaggerated, but this movie just looks boring. Even with nice visuals, it's not quite enough to say that this just looks bleh. Characters and acting. Okay, so we've got generic writing, a badly executed plot, dull but at times decent looking visuals. What else? Right, characters. Normally I would start off with the main character or with my favourite one. This movie, I actually don't have one. There's not one single character in the film I liked or have a favourite. The main character, Claire, is a over dramatic brat who is kind of annoying. The Sugar Plum Fairy is aggravating and it really makes me sad. Morgan Freeman's character is just Morgan Freeman. Helen Mirren's a complete joke. Jack Whitehall is also a complete joke. Richard E. Grant feels absolutely wasted as well. The only good performance from the movie is actually from our main lead, Clara, who's played by Mackenzie Foy. Mackenzie Foy her performance is actually not great, but decent. I think she has a good... Because I've seen her in a Wired, autocomplete interview, and I think she seems like a really nice actress, and I like her British accent. And if you're mistaken, no, she is not from Britain, she's actually from California. And I think she does a great job here. I think she's really damn good for a 17-year-old. And I know this is a bit flirty, but she also looks pretty. Pretty hot and looks very lovely too. So, yeah, I think she's probably the best... Well, not best character, but the best performance in the movie. The Nutcracker actor, whose name I forgot, is the Nutcracker. He's black, and he talks like, "I'm following orders. Please call me Philip. What are we doing here?" Yeah, he says "here," not "here." It's that kind of movie where British accents are so exaggerated. He was never good in the movie. Okay, right. Jesus. The Sugar Plum Fairy, Keira Knightley. What have they done to her? She talks with a very, very, very high-pitched voice, like, oh, I'm so excited. Oh, goodness gracious me, you shouldn't go out there. She's like Pinkie Pie, except without the joy and comedy, and more of the annoyance and, well, not quite ear rape, but let's just say the cast I actually feel really bad for. I feel really bad for this cast, because these are some good people. Richard E. Grant. What the fuck have you done, Disney? Richard E. Grant is excellent. He's an excellent actor. He's been in other kids' films like the Horrid Henry movie, Little Vampire, Tooth. I think she was in. Oh, she was in that one other film where with James McAvoy, where this one girl actually has a pig's nose or something. I don't know, but I enjoyed him in Horrid Henry the movie. I thought he was really fun in that. He was pretty good in The Little Vampire and quite fun in Tooth. But here in The Nutcracker and the Four Realms, he doesn't do a good performance here. I'm sure it's fine, but he didn't do a thing for me. Same with Jack Whitehall. He wasn't funny at all. He was just a bit embarrassing. Helen Mirren. Oh my god. I wish I wanted to like her because I like Helen Mirren, but no, they made her so baffling. Oh god, this is really hard to say. She is something else. I'm glad she's in better films, but this is definitely not one of her best performances. Oh boy. Everyone else, like the father, the son, the other daughter, and the soldiers, and they're not that good either. They're just playing stereotypes. That's it. The only really good performance is Mackenzie Foy, and everyone else. And I really didn't want to say this, but they are all just exaggerated, baffling, somewhat awful, even though it's not good in the first place. Yeah, with poor and not very well developed characters, with very little personality, and really, oh God, this is really hard for me, and really bizarre and awful acting. Apart from one, it makes the whole experience with these characters and these people just hard and just annoyed. It's just hard to watch this film with these people I like, and I really feel sorry for them, but they made it a whole lot worse. Another plus note, James Newton Howard's score is quite good. With some of the visuals and the score, it actually helps capture the feel of Christmas. So I'll give it that. It's really sad that this movie doesn't capture the feeling of Christmas. Yeah, this movie's bad. This movie's really bad. Not like a so bad it's good movie like Birdemic or The Room. It's just so bad that it's just... Oh, jeez. It's so bad that it's just boring. Not very original, and whatever it has for plot and humour barely does a thing, and it's very, very formulaic and cliched. Visuals, well, looks nice. Can be a bit familiar and very dull looking. Characters with little personality or characters with comedic timing that also doesn't work, and performances that are just not good, and it's just stereotypical and over the top and just a bit exaggerated. On the plus side, I like Mackenzie Foy. I think she's a really pretty looking actress, and I think her performance here is great. Some of the visuals do look quite nice, and I like James Newton Howard's score. But that's not really saying much. That's not really going to help make this movie better. No, wait, not a movie so bad that it's boring. This movie is so bad, it's so pathetic. And I rarely use that word. Think of this as like the Disney version of the Emoji Movie. Okay, this movie's not quite as bad as that, but it's close. Disney, why did you make me do this? I love Disney. I liked Christopher Robin and I really liked Beauty and the Beast. I didn't want to do this at all because I think some of their live action films are good. Unfortunately, this movie gets 1.2 out of 10. Yeah, don't see this one. This movie's just garbage. Easily one of the worst films of the year, and I think this will be considered as one of the worst films I've ever seen. Yes, even worse than Last Airbender. Yes, even worse than the Alice in Wonderland films, and yes, even worse than Okay, maybe not quite as bad as that, but in the list, it's worse than Shaggy Dog. I now question everything about my life and my decisions. Okay, so yeah, I don't recommend this movie at all. If you want a good family film, it's more for Goosebumps 2, or if you're just waiting for The Grinch to come out, see that. So yeah, sorry if I sounded a little bit upset and a little angry. This movie sucks. That's all I've got. Anyways, so next I'm gonna do the Lorax and Horse and Hiss. Actually, I'm gonna do the Grinch. I'll do them Monday. I probably won't do them Monday, but I might. And then I'll do the Ron Howard Grinch. Makes sense, right? Of course. So, thank you guys for watching. I'm not gonna say if you've seen Nutcracker because I know you haven't seen it. Let me know what you think of the Grinch. Do you think it will look good, look bad, decent? Yeah, anyways, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and most importantly, subscribe. And until next time, fuck this movie and watch First Man. That's all I've got. Take my advice or don't. I don't care. Do what you want. I'm not your parents.